live game commentator. Playing some Vi now, Jingle Jangle. Vi, not a bad jungler around right now. I think she's pretty good for solo queue actually, and I think she's also kind of fun to play as well. She's like a hybrid between like a bruiser and an assassin, so kind of unique in that sense. If you like Jarvan, then you'll kind of like Vi. Vi is a more like damage orientated Jarvan, I would say, whereas Jarvan's more like a team orientated Vi. Yeah. We're streaming this live, guys, at fbg.g/Foxdrop. Go give us a cheeky little follow. You can see these games live and all that lovely business. Ask me questions, hang out with me. And yeah, all that beautiful stuff. I stream pretty much every single day, so there'll be a link in the description if you want to check it out. Alright, first thing that I do when I play Vi is I take my Q off Smartcast. It means I don't have to hold it down to charge it up. I just press it once, then I spin it around, and then I fire it off. Yeah, good stuff. First thing I'm going to be taking into consideration here before I tell you about my runes, guys, is like what lanes do I want to play around? How do I want to play this game? Because, well, I actually don't like. I'm dragging this here. Because you know, on Vi you don't have the best ganks. I mean, you can gank on Vi, but I wouldn't describe her as like a ganking jungler necessarily. And she also does scale really well because with Triforce, and especially after you get your level 6. She's actually really strong, so it's okay to just farm it out. But if you do want to do some ganks, you have to pick a lane that is really gankable. So if we look down the lineups here to see like what's going on, you know, I've got Singed is, I mean, Singed is kind of Singed. That's probably not that gankable. But maybe, you know, depending where he's playing, if he's trying to proxy me or something like that, I might be able to do something to him. Ooh, that's kind of scary actually. If this was warded, I'm gonna walk up here just in case. You know, that Talon to Z again is kind of like a coin flip lane, depends on the position of the laners. Just going to take that because I don't trust that something's not going on. But bot lane is probably my most gankable lane with the Blitzcrank and like into Draven Braum, who are also quite aggressive. So I will be most likely looking at that bot side, but also playing around the fact that I want to be farming more than anything this game. So that's just what I'm thinking about going into this lane phase. Like right now, for example, I'm not really sliding into top side because it's like I don't really care about it that much. It's not really a lane I want to do too much to necessarily. Alright, let me show you my runes here, guys. We're maxing our Q. QEW, QWE is actually kind of just preferential. I used to do QEW, but then everyone raged at me for it, so I started doing QWE. But I actually don't know if that's changed because this was like 4 years ago now. And a lot's changed in League now. Like most junglers just go full damage now, which is great. Rather than like Cinderhawk Vi, like I had to do back in the day. So yeah, we've got Aftershock. This is actually something which kind of makes or breaks Vi a little bit. You can do Electrocute if you want to, but I think Aftershock is really strong. It means when you jump in, you don't just instantly die, which is great. Because Vi has very good tools for getting into a fight, but no tools for getting out of it. So Aftershock means you don't just insta-die when you do jump in. 70 armor and magic resist for pressing Q or R. That's actually disgusting. We have Shield Bash, which works off our passive. We have Conditioning, which is going to give us a bit of armor when we reach level 10. This Revitalize gives us bigger shields, again for our passive. We've got attack speed here for Legend Alacrity, and also in our rune stats we have attack speed as well, with attack speed, AD, and armor. Because attack speed is really important for Vi, so you get more W's off, like more W hits, which is really useful on her. I'm going to be looking to try and gank bot lane here. Pre-6 Vi, not the best ganks like I mentioned, but still possible. So what's this Q cooldown on Blitzcrank? Like 9 seconds. Alright, we'll wait 9 seconds. Let's pop a potion here. We can do a Q flash if we want to. Braum doesn't have flash. Actually he does have flash now, sorry. Same time as Blitzcrank, so. No, this is warded though. We don't wanna I don't wanna go aggro here if it's warded. Does he have a pink? Oh, it's not warded. Okay, I thought Braum swept. Okay, whatever. Braum swept it, but didn't put his own ward down. Fair enough. Alright, let's run it down, boys. Here we go. Alright, Draven's positioning here implies that he's kind of just giving up. Oof. Like he accepts his fate. Good grab. Nice. Beautiful. So right there you're actually seeing the struggles of red smite Vi. If you don't have blue smite to like slow people down, sometimes it's hard to get in there. And obviously I'm like saving my Q, because if Draven has flash, then that's going to like ruin my Q, right? If he just flashes out of my Q. And obviously with Vi, like a lot of other champions with gap closes, your engage is also your like chase and stuff like that. So if I use my Q to engage and I did it poorly, then that would just be that, right? Like I wouldn't be able to get in at all. So we jumped in here. There's like no chance of us really dying right now. Well, I said that, but then, yeah. I was going to say there's no chance of us dying because we have Aftershock, but the thing is he waited in his ult for so long that he probably could have killed us there. But whatever. Good stuff. So it's really important right there. The play that we made it around the lane that we thought was the best lane to make a play around. Because, you know, if this was like a Janna lane or like a Soraka lane or something, there's a good chance we just get, especially in a fight like that, we just get boned. You know, it's just not going to work. This is a terrible play because it's not a good lane to gank, and we are not going to be carrying that gank by ourselves pre-6. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to be recalling here, get our warrior enchant, really big item obviously to get on pretty much any jungler. As soon as you can afford it, buy this bad boy. I went from having longsword, which is 10 AD, to having warrior enchant, which is 60 AD. So I get 50 bonus AD right here, which is more than this bad boy. Where you at? More than this, which is only 50. So I basically got a BS sword. It's huge to get this warrior enchant. Really, really big to get that whenever you can. Next item we're going to go for is the Triforce. You can go for Black Cleaver if you want to. Triforce is more of a carry build though, so it's kind of just up to you on like how you wanna play Vi. Triforce is more carry, but obviously also more expensive, so a bit of a risk involved in picking that up. So right here, I made a decision to go top side to clear my jungle, but this may have been a mistake, because if I went bot side, you know, I still have my bot side jungle respawning. If I was like thinking ahead, I would realize, okay, my Krugs are still spawning, so if I go bot side, I can still farm that. But also, I really want to gank this bot lane again, because they have no summoners, right? They have no sums, and I just reached my ulti, so it's actually good to put like more pressure on these guys now, because they're pretty vulnerable, right? They have no sums and I have my ult, like it's perfect for me. I'm gonna go hold mid here, this guy's dead. So it actually, you know, screw the optimal pathing of like farming everything. Like, legit, screw that noise. Just go bot and get kills, you know? I mean, I don't think you can get that, but... Bro, shut up. Just shut up. It's one minion wave under the tower. Like, okay, you would have got like 100 gold there. But it's not a problem that I take it seriously. It's actually fine. Like, chill out, Bean Sprout. You're good. Alright. So we have the setup here from Blitzcrank. Again. But also, I'm here. Now, the thing on Vi is you can QR, but if you do that, it's like, the QR is like a mega gap close, right? If you do that, you will have no damage on the follow-up. So it's definitely something that works, but it's something that you have to, it has its place, right? It has a time and a place to do that. It's not always the right thing to do, but oftentimes when you are engaging when you're engaged in a gank, it's not terrible to do, because all you're looking to do is just like get the jump on them, right? And then it's fine. Okay, we go in here. Blitzcrank has tier 1 boots, so he's kind of slow. That's not going to hit anything. I had a feeling Lee Sin was going to be around there, because these this Scuttle Crab just died, right? Yo, can we get a Blitz Crab here? That'd be pretty sexy, actually. We're actually so terrible at this game. What the fuck was that? No flame, but that was terrible, bro. What was that? Nah, it's all good, mate. All good. Maybe we could have saved him there if I was paying more attention. Actually, I think we may be able to do this. This is pushing in. So right now, though, I think I'm ganking a bit too much. Because I see the potential play, but I think it might be too much, honestly. I'm actually going to turn for Draven here. Tanking with Aftershock. I'm going to drop it. Perfect. See, I knew that this was like a good time to go in, but I still think I was maybe over ganking there a little bit. I don't know, because like I haven't farmed anything in like 10 years, but it's kind of just how you play jungle nowadays. I don't know. As much as it kind of sucks to say that, you don't really. I much prefer it when it's not all about you and your ganks, and you can play a bit smarter, I guess. Oh, but let's see. That's beautiful. So definite scuttle here. Okay. But we'll do dragon first because Lee Sin's top. I want to take scuttle first because then it makes it harder for Lee Sin to try and steal it. Because we can just like use the scuttle warp pad to jump in on him. Guys, also just want to give a quick shout out here to my merch that's currently live. Link to it is in the description. We have Pride merch going down, but designs that you can see on the screen there. 100% of the profits from it go towards the Travel Project, which is a charity based in the US that it's all about like suicide prevention and just general things. That is why it kind of sucks to be a LGB. I don't know what that an acronym is, but you know what it is. Why it's so tough. They help that shit to make it a bit better. It's a good charity. It's a good cause. Go check it out. You can't see this because this is on the screen, can you? Sorry. Nothing happened there. I pressed Q to gap close. I then pressed R on Draven, and we bopped them. That's all that happened. It's actually a good herald though by Lee Sin. Also, 100% of the profits we make from that merch goes towards the charity. Like, I'm not making any money out of it, and I'm also going to match any money that we make. I'll double it. I'll match it. So I've probably raised like $250, I think, which is not too bad. But I'd love to get that as high as it can. Ouch. Can I get one more plate? Nice. We outie. Alright, I'm sitting on 3.2k. Triforce is 3.7k. So I need 500 more gold before I can afford my Triforce. And that's a bit too much to sit on or to wait for, I guess. 500 gold. So we're not going to wait for that much because we can then just like chuck some shoes in there or something like that and go for like Phage and Sheen and you know. So for my tier 2 boots this game, we're going to go for. Well, we're going to look at the lineup from the enemy team. Look at the lineup here. And we can see that there's a lot of physical damage in Draven, Talon, and Lee Sin. There's not a huge amount of magic damage in Singed and Braum. But honestly, you never want to buy Mertrez for the MR. You want to buy Mertrez for the Tenacity. So now we ask ourselves, okay, how much CC is on the enemy team that gets blocked by Tenacity? Well, Braum is you know, he's got a stun on his passive, so that's pretty big. But what else? You know, there's a displacement on Draven with his E. There's the fling. But you know, those are knockups. Displacements don't actually get affected by Mercs. Mercs only does things like stuns and roots and stuff. So there's no real need for Mertrez this game, and the fact that their primary carries, their main damage dealers, are doing physical damage to us. It's a very obvious Ninja Tabby game for us. That's where I'm going to be going. I want to get my level 11 here ASAP because that's rank 2 ulti, and Vi is a very ulti dependent champion. So I would love to be able to pick up my Krugs here. That'll get me very close to level 11, if not actually level 11 itself. I'm also right now I'm thinking about where I want to position. Vi's actually very good at attacking split pushes. She's got strong 1v1s and she just presses R on them and catches them. Most split pushers have good ways of getting out of trouble, like leaps and gap closers and just very slippery in general. But it's hard to be slippery versus a Vi ulti. So Vi's good at, you know, 2v1ing people, catching people like that. So I could go bot and attack Talon with Gangplank. I can try and go mid here as well. But generally speaking, if you're ever confused, just sit on top of your Sit on top of your bot lane, wherever they go. If they lane swap like this, just go with them. So if I wasn't sure, I'd just go top side and help Kai'Sa and Blitzcrank. Obviously, as it turned out, Kai'Sa and Blitzcrank came mid. Didn't need my help or anything, so that's fine. Something I've done pretty poor job of this game is using my vision. I don't think we want to be mid tier, honestly. See, report bot hard trolling. They're not actually trolling. I just gank them a lot, you know. I didn't mention this before as well, but guys, something that you want to do on Vi, a little mechanic you can do on her is you use your E as an auto attack reset just to optimize your DPS. Basically, what I mean when I say that, auto attack resets is you want to punch and then press E. Basically, could have tried to go for that there. So I'm going to right click. You know, my Vi is going to bam, and then I'm going to instantly press E. So instead of going bam, 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 she'll go bam. Bam, 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 and that just gives you a little bit better optimizing your DPS there. There are a few champions that can do that, like Jax W does that. I think, does Talon Q do that? Actually, I think new Talon Q doesn't do that anymore. Maybe it does, not sure. Trundle Q does that. There's a few, but you know what? I will give that to you because you're pretty strong. You have 2 items, mate, and including Ginzu's, which is always a big power spike for on-hit AD carries. So now that I have like my core build, I'm ridiculously strong here. Like I have so much damage. So much damage here. So I'm kind of just hunting for a dickhead to kill. But again, if we look at the minimap, like it's all about Draven and Braum being topside. Like they're the best. Oh, okay. Yo, I see you, Talon. He's right next to it. He's gone up. He's gone up. He's right next to a pink ward, which is how we saw him there. Do we get this? Oh shit. Wait, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Rule number 1 of League of Legends, do not chase the Singed. In this game, chasing Singed is totally fine, because Singed and his team are weak as ball sacks. Yeah, Mundo E is another good example, no. What are some other attack speed, auto attack resets, guys, you can think of? It's actually like really important to do them when you're clearing the jungle. If you don't do them, then it really like messes up your clear speeds. Because the thing with jungle is that clear speeds means you not only get to like lanes faster, but it means you take less damage because things die faster as well. So it's actually really big deal. You should not have jumped in on that, mate. It's not a good idea. Yeah, Renekton W. True, Renekton W is another one. And Renekton W, that's actually big too, because that insta-pops your press the attack. If you're playing a press the attack champion, then your auto attack resets are a big deal. Wreck it. Okay, this is a cheeky play, but I'm on board. Hello. Adios. I have ulti as well. No. Come back here. There we go. So like I say, the Q into R combo has its place if you want to just catch someone. If you don't need to do like the primary follow-up. But, you know, your Q has so much damage that if you just use it as a gap closer, you're kind of missing out. Now, the important thing here, the important guy to look out for here is Lee Sin, obviously, for the smite still. But I don't think Lee Sin is here. I don't know where he... Like, we have good vision in their jungle. Like, he's not here. I don't know where he is, but he's not here. Now, I have Aftershock, so this guy defo can't kill me. Sorry, Kai'Sa, mate. And after this, after Triforce, the big item to go is Sterak's. It just means that I jump in, it gives me loads of damage, it gives me loads of survivability too as well, so I don't have to like... It's kind of like what Aftershock does for me. You know, it just gives me that big ass shield. But it's like a really good bruiser item, so it's perfect for Vi. Guardian Angel is also a good choice. Which one of those you do third, I think, is kind of preferential. Actually, I'm not really good at explaining the difference because I don't really think there's ever going to be a wrong choice between which one you go third. But I would say, like, honestly, maybe even in a situation like this, I buy the stopwatch and I have the GA, and it's like, because if we play a team fight and then we just win the game, right? Like, one more team fight and this game's over, right? So having something like a GA will win you a team fight, but it has a long cooldown. Like, that's the downside. But I don't care about the cooldown because, like, the game, we win that team fight and the game ends, you know. But like I say, I don't think there's anything wrong with ever like going Sterak's instead. We can't push this bot lane in because Talon is picking up that that minion wave, denying it from us, which is smart from him. Like, he obviously can't defend a tower against us, but he can defend by getting the minion waves. Dominating. 9 lives taken. Jesus. Ultimate Yumi counter. What I did right there as well is a little mechanic you can do on Vi to catch someone and just combo them in like chain CC them, and also just burst them down. Is you ulti, auto, and then insta Q them. You don't charge it up. You just bop them. You just bop, and then that just keeps them stunned and they can't do anything. I'm going to honor Kaiser, I guess. Yeah, Kaiser did okay. Help your team kill 8 dragons. Have I really done that? I played 3 games. That actually feels like a lot for 3 games in solo queue. See, this is actually a funny statement. It's inting if you lose early with early game bot lane versus late game ADC. You know what's actually funny about that statement? Plat 1. Plat 1. D4. I thought that, yeah, okay. So this is a kind of like classic D4 game where you mix in plats with D4s. You know what's funny about this statement is I actually like hard agree with this statement to an extent, but I wouldn't, well, I don't agree with the whole it's inting if you lose, report your inting, blah blah blah. But the sentiment of losing with an early game champion versus a late game champion, like, I think this is actually so prevalent in League of Legends right now, where a lot of late game or scaling champions are just far too good in the lane phase, like when they should be bad in the lane phase because of how well they scale. Like, I think Kai'Sa is a great example of that. I think Sivir is another really good example. Then you have like pretty much all the bruisers right now, like Irelia, Jax, there are some mages in the mid lane as well who can fit under that category. But it's like, it's hard to attack them because someone like Draven, for example, has to get ahead early, has to be strong early game. So if he's not able to do that, it can be a bit tough, right? Now, I do think that Draven's busted still. If you're a good Draven, then you just right-click people and they die. It doesn't really matter how many times you get ganked. But either way, generally speaking, that's kind of like the theory. Whereas I think Kai'Sa can still win a lane, or Sivir can still win a lane, but they still scale really hard. So it's like, oh, we lost lane to this guy, but it's okay. We just wait like 20 minutes and then they'll be weak because we will outscale them. It's like, no, that doesn't happen versus a lot of champions. It's like, they're not going to get any weaker. They just, yeah. I feel like that's kind of a problem in League right now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching our gameplay today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a cheeky follow on my socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all /FoxdropLol. Hope to see you over there. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching, guys. Give me a cheeky thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can subscribe to me for more, and you can flick my bell for the notifications of me going live. We were streaming this live, FUGG/FoxdropLol. Don't forget, if you're on the stream, I'm going to keep streaming. If you're not on the stream and you're on YouTube, then this is it. This is the end for you and me. But Facebook, don't go anywhere, because we're not going anywhere. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next